Okay guys, so for problem number 7, we are going to multiply the top and the bottom by radical 75. So that's going to give me 2 radical 3 times 75 is 225 over 5 times 75 times 75. I don't really need to know what that number is going to be because they're both under the radical, so that just tells me on the outside I'm going to have a 75. So we have 2 radical 225 over 5 times 75 equals 375. Okay, now the 225, let's go ahead and simplify that out. So 225, we can divide by 5. So that's 5 and 45. We can divide that by 5. That'll give me 5 and 9. And then we have 3 and 3. So now I can circle my pair of 3s, my pair of 5s. So that tells me that I have 2 times 5 times 3 over 375. So 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30 over 375. And then we can simplify that some more. We can divide both of these by 15, so that'll give me 2 over 25. I can't simplify that anymore, so my final answer is 2 divided by 25. Okay, for the next one, again, we are multiplying the top and the bottom by whatever is under the radical, so by radical 8. So that gives me 5 radical 80 over 3. Radical 8 times radical 8 is radical 64, or you can just say 3 times just a plain 8. 80, let's go ahead and simplify that out. So we have 2 and 40. We have 2 and 20. We have 2 and 10. We have 2 and 5. And then 5 I can't do anything. So I have a pair of 2's, another pair of 2's, and then the 5 is on its own. So I'm going to have 5 times 2 times 2, radical 5, over 3 times 8 is 24. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20, radical 5 over 24. And then we can simplify this some more, so that'll be, I think I can divide both of these by 4, so that'll give me 5 radical 5 over 6. Okay, so next problem, number 9. Again, we are simplifying this. So 5, I can't simplify 5 any. The A, I have 2 A's, and so A, B, B, B. So I have a pair of A's and a pair of B's. So on the top I'm going to have A, B, radical 5B over 2 radical 3AB. Now I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 3AB under a radical sign. So we're going to multiply those together. So that is AB radical 5 times 3 is 15. There's only one A, and then B squared because there were 2 B's over 2 times 3AB because it just simplifies itself out. Now let's see, what else can I do? 15 cannot be divided by 2, 3 and 5, but I can't do anything with either of those. So I'm going to have I have a pair of B's on the inside right here, so I have A, B squared because I had this B already, radical 15A over 2 times 3 is 6AB. Okay, so now let's go ahead and simplify this down. So these A's are going to cancel. So I'm going to get rid of this A and this A. There's 2 B's. I took away 1, so that's going to give me B radical 15A over 6. Okay, next one. Let's go ahead and try where we're not going to simplify first. We're just going to go ahead and multiply it all out. So radical 2n to the 4th, radical 2n to the 4th. So that's going to give me 4 radical 2 times 3 is 6. I have n to the 4, 5, 6. So n to the 6th over, we're going to go ahead and just write 4n to the 8th under the radical sign. So that tells me that I'm going to have, okay, I have 6 n's. So that means that I can split that up into 3. So I have 4n to the 3rd radical 6 over 2n to the 4th. So now we can simplify that sum. So that tells me that I'm going to have 2 radical 6 over, because the 4 and the 2 are going to cancel out, so this becomes a 2. And then I had 3 n's on top, 4 on the bottom, so I'm going to subtract those. So 4 minus 3 is 1, so n to the first power. Okay, so that's the answer for that one. The next one, we have 4 radical 5 plus 5. That's it, I can't do anything else. The next one, we have radical 6 times radical 6, that's just a plain 6, plus radical 12. Let's go ahead and simplify that out. So we have 2 and 6, 2 and 3, so it's a pair of 2's and a 3. So we have 6 plus 2 radical 3. Okay, so close, we're almost done. Okay, let's go ahead and multiply this out. So we have 2 radical 12 plus 2 radical 4x. So that tells me that I'm going to have, well, 12, I forgot. We had 2 and 6, 2 and 3. So that's a pair of 2's and a 3. So that gives me 2 times 2 is 4, radical 3, plus 4, the square root of 4 is 2. So 2 times 2 is 4 is on the outside, radical x. Okay, now next one. We are going to have negative 25k radical 3 minus 5 radical 18. So 18, that's 2 and 9, 3 and 3. So that's a pair, that's 1. So we have negative 25k radical 3 minus 5 times 3 radical 2. So that gives me negative 25k radical 3 minus 15 radical 2. Okay, now the next one. We're going to have, again, we're multiplying, so that's negative 12 radical 15b squared minus 12 radical 3b. Okay, so 15 I can't simplify, but I have 2 b's here, so I can pull that out. So I have negative 12b radical 15 minus 12 radical 3b. Okay, cool. So I can't do anything else with that one. Okay, and then the very last one, we have radical 6 times 15 is radical 90 x squared plus radical 150 x squared. Okay, so 90, I can split that up and say I have 2 and 45, I have 5 and 9, I have 3 and 3. So I have a pair of 3's, a 5 and a 2. And then I had 2 x's, so that means I have an x on the outside. So I have 3x radical 2 times 5 is 10 plus, okay, 150. This one's rough. 2 and 75. 3 and 25. And then 5 and 5. So I have a pair of 5's and then a 3 and a 2 left over. So that means I have 5 radical, oh wait, there's x squared, so 5x radical 2 times 3 is 6. So let's go ahead and rewrite this one more time. 3x radical 10 plus 5x radical 6. Okay, so that is everything that is on this piece of paper. Feel free to email me with any questions.